Hello and welcome. If you don't know me, I'm Chase Coble, founder of Heartland College Football, the hottest new blog scene. We talk about the Big 12 every week, and today I have with me my guest picker for next week, Turner T-Dub Wintz. Turner, thanks for joining me.
Thanks
it's a
for
pleasure to
having
have
me.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Now
Chase.
let's get right into the nitty-gritty. The Big 12, 5 games next week. We'll start with Texas Tech on the road at Iowa State. I want to know your thoughts, and then I'll give you
Well, I have a question for you first, Chase. My question is, did you say guest picker or guest picker? Because I'm kind of a guesser myself. But Texas Tech at Iowa State, Iowa State obviously had a nice comeback victory against the old Jayhawks last week, and but I think Texas Tech, I just don't think Iowa State's going to be able to stop them. I'm going to have to take Texas Tech this week.
I'm going to have to agree with you there, and my reasoning is that Texas Tech is fighting for bowl eligibility. They need to win their next two to do it. They can, because they've got Iowa State, who is not a great team this year, and then they come back home and they get Baylor, who has proven to be very beatable. So they are motivated. So we both are taking Tech in that one. The next game on the slate, OU goes on the road at West Virginia. The top two ranked teams in the Big 12 going at it in Morgantown.
That's a tough one too. I mean, Oklahoma, obviously fighting after, their two tough losses to Ohio State and Houston, obviously, earlier in the year. And they've looked really good. I mean, probably one of the hottest offenses in the country. But, I think that in Morgantown it's going to be tough for them. And I'm going to have to go with the Mountaineers this week.
Ooh, I like a little upset pick.
A little upset, yeah.
I am probably going to have to go contrary to you. I'm going to take OU, and the only reason why is because now with all this pandemonium in the college football top 10,
Got an outside chance.
they feel like they've got a shot to slip in the playoffs, so they're going to be focused, determined. I think they win. I think it's a close one. I think it's a little more low scoring than folks probably expect, but I'm taking the Sooners. Now the next one, we've got K-State going on the road at Baylor. K-State looking for its 6th win. That would make them bowl eligible, of course. Even if they don't win that, they've got KU sitting around next week. But a big ball game for the Cats, especially. Baylor already bowl eligible. Who you got down in Waco?
Well, I'll tell you. Baylor hasn't looked very good the last 2 weeks. They had a lot of the whole scandal deal down there. And I just think that Bill Snyder's squad, wanting to get bowl eligible, I think they're going to pull it out down in Waco. As sad as I am to say that, but I think that Snyder and the Cats are going to pull out a win down in Waco.
I tend to agree with you. I think K-State's going to win that ball game. Baylor has not been very good against either the run or the pass. Now, they may be able to focus a little more on the run because K-State struggled in the passing game. But I think maybe this is the week that they get that pass offense rolling a little bit. They've had some time to think after a couple bad games throwing. I'm sure Bill Snyder will come up with something. I like the Cats. Now, here's the 4th one. And this one, we're doing just a little different. It's Texas on the road at KU, and it'd be too easy if we just picked it straight up. The spread is 24.5. I don't know if you've ever picked a spread before, for sure.
You know me
but
too well.
If you were betting on the spread in that KU-Texas game, what are your thoughts down in it's in Lawrence?
It's tough. I mean, Texas has a real nice squad this year, and I think that they should give Coach Strong another year to hang around, which a lot of the Texas boosters may disagree with me, but I think he does a nice job. But I'll tell you what, KU looked awful good against Iowa State last week. They just haven't had a lot of experience, obviously, in winning ball games, and sometimes that's going to turn around. But, they've hung around some teams this year, and I really like what Coach Beatty's doing, and I think that KU will hang around and cover the spread this week. I'm not predicting an upset, but I think they'll be around in the 4th quarter.
I hope that you're right because I tend to pull for the Hawks, kind of the hometown squad. I'm not taking them to cover spreads. I've not had very good luck with KU covering. If I were a betting man, which, obviously.
You're not.
No, but I don't think I'd take them. I think Texas is going to run the ball. KU's run defense, not real good at times. I think Texas pounds it down their throats and maybe hands them a pretty bad loss, but we'll see. I'm hoping KU will do better. And then the 5th and final game, Oklahoma State on the road at TCU. What do you think in that one?
I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to roll with the upset. I haven't been real impressed with Oklahoma State this year. I know they're ranked 13th in the country and yada yada, but I just haven't been real impressed with them this year. I don't know why, but couldn't really tell you. But I like TCU, I really do. I really like Gary Patterson. I love the way his teams have always played. I think he's a fantastic football coach, and K-State screwed up in not hiring him. But I'm going to take TCU in the upset there against the Cowboys at home.
I think that I'm in agreement with you. I think TCU's going to win. TCU's been building momentum kind of quietly last couple weeks. They went and played Baylor on the road and just whooped them a couple weeks ago. It looked really good. Baylor was a top 15 team at one point, and they just got destroyed by TCU down there. I think I'm rolling with the Horned Frogs as well. So we're in agreement on a few of them. We're disagreeing on a couple of them. And now what I want to know, just kind of a bonus, we're stepping out of the Big 12 here. All my loyals, you can relax here. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to talk about the rest of the country for just a second. I want Turner's top 4. I want his college football playoff top 4 right now on the spot.
Well, obviously you got Alabama at number 1.
Yes.
Yeah, you got Alabama. And obviously they're, I believe in my mind, the undisputed top team in the country. I saw some deals earlier, forget who it was, but they had Clemson and Louisville in there. I think Louisville is in. I think that Clemson is out, in my opinion. And then, it comes down to a lot of different scenarios. You got, if Michigan beats Ohio State on the road, which is definitely not an easy task, they're in the Big Ten title game. So maybe, I think if they win that, then they're obviously in.
Right.
I think if Ohio State beats Michigan and Penn State wins their next 2 games, then Penn State's in the game, and that makes it difficult. Then a Penn State loss maybe in the Big Ten game, you say, is it Wisconsin or is it Ohio State? There's just a lot of different scenarios, but I think if I got to go with it, I'm going to say Alabama, Louisville, Michigan, and I'm going to throw Washington a bone and say they get back in.
Interesting with the Washington call. I like it. I think that Alabama's the number 1, and anybody who doesn't, at this point in the season, even if you don't think they're the best, if you judge off what you've seen so far, you have to put them at number 1. So they're number 1. Then I put Ohio State in there. They've looked really good. That one loss was a little bit fluky. I put Iowa State in. Yeah, they may wind up with 2. They got to play Michigan. That's going to be a tough one. I know where you're at. You're a big Michigan guy, but I'm putting Ohio State in there. I'm putting Louisville in there. They should be able to finish off the rest of their schedule without a loss. Now, Houston game, kind of trap game. Almost early in the season, that looked like a game that you circled on your calendar.
Yep.
But Houston falls off a little bit, and then the 4th team gets awfully tough.
It's tough, man.
Because you could go Penn State, Wisconsin. Cause Big Ten's good this year.
Really
the
good.
Big Ten, I don't usually like the Big Ten a whole lot. I'll drag on them a little bit. But they're good this year.
Yeah.
They're the best. And in my opinion, they're better than the SEC on this particular season.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that they're stronger, and I'm going to give that 4th spot right now in this particular week right now. Before I've seen any of this play out, if I had to do it right now, I'd still put Michigan, Ohio State, Louisville, Alabama.
I'd love to see those 4 right there.
I think that would be a quality top 4. I think we're going to like what we get anyway.
Honestly, I think we just need to bump it to 8 and make it a little better.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. We haven't talked about that before. We'll talk about that at a later date, but I think that 8's the way to go.
Sounds good.
Well, Turner, thanks for helping me out. We sure do appreciate you coming on here. We got to thank the cameraman, Brooks Brown, helping us out.
Shout out to Brooks Brown.
He is on the camera doing a fantastic job for the Heartland College Football blog. I'm Chase Coble. We'll see you next time.